It's like, what were you doing with my drapes? The drapes that were hanging in the apartment. I never got the answer to that. Hi, this is Kari from Sky Properties, and today we're going to talk about tenants withholding rent. Well, sometimes tenants have issues, and sometimes they simply can't afford it or have lost a job. I was taught from someone who owned his own properties, and his instant reaction was, if someone's lost their job, to start the eviction process immediately. So that is how I was taught, and for many years I have served my 3-day notices on the 4th business day of the month like clockwork. However, I think maybe as we've gone along and with the pandemic, we've changed a little bit. Now if someone says, hey, I have a problem with my bank account, we don't just instantly serve them a 3-day notice anymore. And I think this is a really good pivot for a boutique company like Sky Properties, because the big companies are going to serve on the 5th like clockwork, no matter what. The small landlords might wait forever and too long. A middle-sized company like Sky Properties is really quite an advantage because we know when to serve and when not to serve. Recently, we had a tenant whose bank account was hacked and there was fraud on his account. We asked for a letter from the bank. He was kind of slow in getting it to us. A couple days went by and I said, ask again. He gave it to us, and so we decided not to serve a 3-day notice to pay rent or quit. And actually the tenant was really appreciative, and as soon as he did get the money, he came and paid his rent right away. And that is an advantage to a boutique-sized company, being able to pivot and say, okay, we're gonna hold off on the 3-day and save the relationship with the tenant. I think the important part is you wanna make sure that you have to be able to have the experience to know whether or not to serve that 3-day. And you don't want to go so far that you harm your client. And that is based on the company's experience. And it's also based on the track record of the tenant as well, and how long they've lived there, and if they've paid rent on time, etc. You want to weigh all these factors before delaying the service of a 3-day notice.